it's your girl, Evelyn Lozada, with a new episode of Drop the Low with my co-host.
I am Shaniece Hairston, and for this week, we're doing something new on Drop the Low, and we're doing Viewer's Choice Edition. So we're going to be giving the viewers what they've been asking for.
Yes, and we're going to have fun this week. We're going to do it a little different. So some of the things that we're going to be doing are our biggest fight. We're going to discuss our biggest fight. We're going to play Truth or Sip. We're going to also, I'm a little worried about this one, the DM roulette game, and also a game called Cuff, Curve, and Kick.
I like that one. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so we're going to start off with our biggest fight. So in the first episode of Drop the Low, we mentioned that we had our biggest fight, and there were so many comments, and people wanted to know what the biggest fight was. So...
Do you want me to start with that? Because you started this whole fight. Literally.
We're going to dissect this argument, but go ahead from your point of view.
Okay. So one of our biggest fights, first of all, we don't really fight like that. I don't really think, we've never had, a blow-up fight like that. So when Shaniece found out that I was thinking about doing Queen's Court, she wasn't very happy. You know, she celebrated the fact that at that point I had stopped doing Basketball Wives. And I think she was like, you know what, enough of the reality TV. You know, you're just tap into something else. And then so what? I took off maybe a year or two, was it, from Basketball Wives, and then I get the opportunity to do Queen's Court. You know, when the opportunity came to me, I was like, wait a minute, this could be a good opportunity. It's on Peacock. Will Packer is the, production company, producer putting this together. This is going to be a vibe. So I mentioned it to Shaniece, and I will say it didn't go that well.
So you mentioned to me that you were doing the show.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about Peacock or Will Packer, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. The only thing I heard was that it was a dating show. So I'm thinking in my mind, what are you doing on the dating show? Mm-hmm. Are you kissing guys? A bunch of dudes on the screen?
Grown.
We have Leo. I was also thinking about Leo.
True.
I was thinking about Leo, and I'm thinking, okay, I don't know, you're going to be kissing guys, real world on the screen, or are you fighting with the other women?
Yeah.
For the guy, I didn't know what I didn't know how classy the show was going to be. And I was worried. I was wrong within my judgment, but to my defense, it was not an argument. I expressed to you how I felt about it, and it was an argument on your behalf. Because she went for the jugular, okay?
No,
You were a Sagittarius, and you didn't like what I said. You didn't like my opinion.
What did you say, though? What did you say, though? You were like, I don't think this is a good look.
I don't even talk like that.
You were saying, well, you were like, I don't think this is a good look. I don't think. And I'm like, girl, I'm thinking, girl, a girl got to work around here,
yeah.
But I was more excited. I think you weren't looking at the big picture. I think for me at the time, I was like, okay, this is, this takes me away from, it's just a totally different concept of a show. And then when I heard that Tamar was doing it, I heard that Nivea was doing it. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be fun. I didn't know what to expect. It was also a great opportunity to be on another network. We were on OWN. I've always been on VH1 for many, many years. So I'm like, what? I want to tap into Bravo and Peacock. Why not? Take me, please. And yes, it turned out to be one of the best opportunities just to be a part of just Will Packer, Peacock, just how they produced the show. I met some amazing people. I got to spend a lot of time with Tamar and
She's
Nivea.
Really selling it.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. I mean, dating the guys was kind of like a different thing, but yes.
No, I know. I didn't know what to expect, and I think, if you were explaining it like that to me in that moment, then there wouldn't have been an argument.
You were being very judgy.
I just heard dating show.
Yeah.
I heard dating show, I heard men, and I heard three ladies. That's what I heard. I didn't care about Peacock or Will Packer because also I just heard dating show.
Right.
And I don't know. I think about Leo. Leo watches TV, and I'm like, okay, well, what is he gonna see? He's seen the crotch.
You're never gonna let me live that down.
I was like, I don't know, but I was wrong. I was wrong with my judgments. But to my defense, I wasn't arguing with you.
Yeah.
It became an argument.
It was a blow up. It was a blow up fight.
It was
she stormed out.
Screaming
and
across
I
the
did
kitchen.
We was screaming across the kitchen, and I'm like, well, I don't even remember what I said because when I'm like, I just say things.
And then I was so stressed out. I think I had bad shrimp, and I caught a bad reaction
That day.
after that. Yeah, you don't even know.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, I was so stressed out. I caught a bad reaction. I had a reaction all over my stomach.
That's
it was
your karma.
Terrible. That's not nice. It was not an argument.
That was your karma. Oh my God. All right. So now we're going to do, we have our drinks ready. This is Truth or Sip.
Okay. I'll start. What's a guilty pleasure show you secretly love?
A show?
Yeah.
You like it. Yeah. I love First 48.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
I love First 48. I love anything investigative. Like I can go to bed watching a full on documentary about a serial killer and I'm fine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. There's a study people who can watch crime shows and just fall asleep. It's a different type of person.
Is something wrong with us?
Yeah.
Like what? Because
I don't know. I don't remember. I seen it somewhere on Instagram.
I think I saw something too. They said I forgot what it was, but I remember thinking, "Oh my God, that's me." Yeah. I could go. I actually prefer it. There's something very relaxing to me about watching Marilyn Manson documentary.
Nice, and you just fall to sleep.
Totally fall asleep, and it's not like I'm having nightmares about it. I'm like, okay, time to go to sleep.
That's crazy. Sometimes if I watch something too heavy like that, I have to watch something lighter.
Really?
To go to sleep.
Not me. I goes to bed.
Okay, I'm going to say mine would be Dr. Pimple Popper. I like scripted shows. I'm a scripted show girly, not a reality or your First 48 type of stuff. I don't watch that. I like scripted shows, but I do take a guilty pleasure out of watching a pimple getting popped or a blackhead, and it's so deep in the.
So do you because I've seen I like that too.
Yeah.
I like that too. Like if somebody has a blackhead, I'm like I want to take that thing out.
Me too.
To the point that my mouth right now talking about it is watering. It's a sickness.
I know.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
But I feel like that show too, sometimes they have big cysts. Do you like that?
Yeah.
The cysts?
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
I don't get grossed out. I want to do it myself.
Ew. You know what? Shaniece is always the person that anything nasty like that, even with Leo or something. So fun fact, even when Leo, this is something totally different, but you have such a high, I guess, tolerance for certain things. She watched Leo get circumcised. Remember? You went and you watched it.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I did that, actually.
So the pimple popper.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay.
All right. So have you ever pretended to like a gift I gave you?
No, you're a good gift giver.
I thought so too.
No, you are a good gift giver. It could be, you just know me very well. So whether it's a fragrance, a sweatsuit, I have to use that gift card for Mother's Day. She's always trying to buy me pajamas. Girl, she hates my pajamas. We probably talked about this, but she hates my pajamas. Mm-hmm. No, you're a great gift giver. How about me to you?
No, I actually feel the same way about you.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you are.
Well, you are my kid. I know you.
Next one. Have you ever snooped through my phone?
No.
Yeah.
As a kid?
As a kid, for sure. I guess as an adult, you wouldn't really snoop through my phone.
No.
Right?
No. Have you ever snooped in mine?
No, but one time I was using the computer downstairs and there were these messages popping up and they were about me. So I definitely read them and I definitely took screenshots and I definitely sent messages about the messages that I see.
She did. She did. And I remember thinking, great. At all times, she's on my computer.
Yeah.
And she's watching this conversation. I was trying to disable everything from my phone. You know, I've taken everything off of that computer since then.
You should. I mean,
no, but at the time, the ex would be on that computer too. And not that I was doing anything like shitty at the time, but it's just, I don't need you looking at what I'm discussing. Okay, so let me ask this one. Who's the ex you think I should have never dated?
that's a tough question because we can sit here and say like this person should have never been with that person. Me now today as an adult, I can sit here and like give you grace and say, you know, who's to say who you shouldn't have been with. I think maybe 5 or 7 years ago there were a few.
Who's at the top of that list?
Oh, God. It'll have to be Chad. Chad for me.
It would have to be Chad.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry. No, I get it
Yeah.
due to the circumstances and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when things went left, obviously. But we had a cool relationship when it was good.
Yeah, you did.
It's just when it went left, it went left.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll flip that to you.
Oh, my God. Wait. No, we have a story about that, too. Remember when I was younger and I said one of your exes had smacked me? Say that story.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
And I still don't like him.
So when Shaniece was about 6
I was
or
young. I don't
5, so when Shaniece was like 6 or 5, I dated this guy, and for whatever reason, she just did not like him. So she comes to me and she tells me, she's young. She's like, Mom, he slapped me in the face. And I'm like, he slapped you in the fucking face? So I went off. Like, I'm like asking. He was like, I never slapped her in the face. He probably hated you that you lied about that, as a matter of fact. What made you say that about him?
I didn't like him.
But why?
I don't know. It's something about you. And I don't know if it's because I'm your daughter. I don't know if it's because intuition, but when it relates to you, I just always know.
And you know what?
I don't know what it is.
And you were on the money because later him and I break up. I roll up to my mother's house. You had stayed with your grandmother.
Yeah.
And I was whatever, I had went out, and I roll up to my mother's house and he's in front of the house. And I remember thinking he was just standing there with this look on his eye. And I drove off and he chased me through the streets. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
Okay, he chased me through the streets in the Bronx. Mind you, I'm from the Bronx. He's not. So I know where the fuck I'm going. So I'm like, bitch, drive yourself to the precinct. So I drove myself to the precinct. I run into the 43rd precinct. I run in. I'm like, my ex-boyfriend is chasing me. They go to his car. He had a loaded gun in the car. And I ducked like I was hauling ass. So you definitely, yeah, sorry, it got a little dark, but you know.
And then she goes to bed watching First 48.
Yeah, they were like, and he ended
Says
up,
a lot.
you know what's crazy? It's a little crazier. His one phone call, he calls me.
Yeah, he's crazy. So
Yeah. Do you know?
He
Oh my
smacked me.
God. Do you know I went? This is another story. I had an appearance in Atlanta.
He was there.
A basketball wives appearance. This is Miami, so we're at the height of our shit. I looked down and he was there. So I went from to, oh my God. The last time I saw
It's
you,
not
you were
funny.
chasing me. No, it's not funny. I wish, you know what? I'm happy I could laugh about this shit now.
That's scary.
No, I look and he's like there. And I'm just like, holy hell. And I remember like, yeah, he wasn't being like, he was just kind of looking from a distance.
I'm
And
sure.
yeah. So, but you were on the money with that. So, God, you got the next one.
Have you ever lied to get out of a family function?
All the time.
Yeah, I lie all the time too.
I lie all the
Actually,
time.
I don't even lie. I don't say anything.
A family function, it kind of just, it depends who's throwing the function. You know, like if it's my
Yeah.
mom, my sister, like my niece, like I'm hands down gonna be there. But if it trickles on to the rest of the family, I'm like, yeah, no, I don't
Yeah.
think so. You know, I have,
Actually, I don't get a lot of invitations anyway.
because they know you don't want to go. The family knows you don't want to go, so nobody invites you. They're like, "Oh, Shaniece is not here at the funeral. Oh, she don't give a fuck.
Good. I don't like lying anyway.
She don't. Yeah, she doesn't care. You know, this person just died, who's I guess supposed to be important in our family.
Yeah. I don't like funerals. No, when your dad died, I asked you. Hey, do you
Sure, you
want
didn't care
me?
that my dad died.
No, I did. It was your dad.
Wrap it up.
I did. And I asked you, hey, you know, do you want me to be there?
Yeah.
I'll be there.
And what did I say?
You're like, no, it's okay. It's like, hey.
Well, you know, to my defense, like me and my dad, we got closer later, but you know, he wasn't really there for me growing up. You know, like
Yeah.
So, and I'm gonna reverse this. So my aunt, she's gonna kill me for telling this story, but even rest in peace. I'm not like making fun of anybody, but my grandmother passed, and my aunt, who's really close to her, was like, so, you know, when she passes, because she's already 80 something years old, are you going to go to the funeral? And I'm like, no.
I think you went, though.
I went because I thought about it and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
there were issues in the family. Be the bigger person and go. And I wanted to go because, like, obviously I wanted to pay my respects. Leo ended up going. And I'm actually glad that I ended up going because I didn't want to have guilt about it later. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I wasn't there.
she wasn't because Shaw doesn't care. I wasn't there. Okay, so do you have I could ask you this actually. Do you have a favorite child or family member and you won't admit it? Or admit it?
Do I have a favorite child family member? Well, Leo would be my favorite child, obviously. I mean, outside of Blaze. but,
And
like,
family member, I guess.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about anybody, y'all.
No, I do. I mean, you're my favorite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
hello.
hello.
No.
So I have several favorites in the family.
Yeah, like, how do you pick one?
Yeah, it's tough to pick one.
But you are my favorite.
Oh, thanks. I hope so. Yeah, I will say I love you guys all equally.
Do you have a favorite kid?
No,
Lies.
I don't have a favorite kid.
Lies.
I don't have a favorite kid. My relationship with you, I could do the. Actually, pass me my drink. My relationship with you, I could have cocktails. I could go to Soho House. I could get buzzed, you know, and I could do this. With Leo, is a different ballgame.
Okay, but I feel that sons and moms, like, you don't feel I'm not anyway, like.
No, I
about it.
don't. I feel like you guys, I have different relationships with you guys, but on the love range or whatever you want to call it, I love you guys equally. I will say there's one person kind of trumping you guys just a little bit. It's one person trumping you guys. Because he's a baby.
So if I had another one, that one get, you know.
If you had another kid, it's gonna be a hard act to follow with this guy.
Yeah.
It is.
No, I agree, because he's my favorite too. And I'm like,
And he's like
how?
perfect. He's so funny.
Yeah.
He's so great.
You're not supposed to drink without cheering.
Oh.
Cheers.
Cheers. I don't know if you're gonna answer this. Who's the most famous person in your DMs right now?
Is this sip or
No, this is just
truth
part.
or sip?
Yeah. Where have we been? We haven't been sipping, huh? Oh, I guess
No.
if you don't want to answer, you could sip, right? That's what it is. Duh.
Oh, look at us. We're so truthful.
I
We
was
didn't
so
s-
truthful.
I'm going to sip, though. Who's the most famous person? I'm going to sip to that one.
I've
I
seen your
have.
DMs before, and I was like,
I've had the pick of the litter in my DMs.
you've had the pick of the litter. I was like, if Shaw writes a book with her DMs,
But I will sip.
I was like, I remember I saw one, and I said, my God, I love him. Date him.
I think I tried.
I was like, no, you didn't. No,
All
you
right.
didn't. You dropped the ball on that one.
So I should go in his DMs now.
Okay, so
Have you ever kept a secret from me that you still haven't told?
do I answer yes or no? And is that me answering?
This is the truth or sip. This is where truth or sip.
Have I ever told a secret? Let me read this again. Have you ever kept a secret from me that you still haven't told? Probably. You don't need to know all my secrets or secrets.
Yeah. That would be weird. It's a little too close.
Yeah, it's like we're close, but there's some shit that's none
Yeah.
of your business. Oh, God.
So, would you rather your parent daughter never date again or marry someone you hate?
Ooh, that's a tough question. Would you
So-
rather your daughter never date again or marry someone you hate?
Hate is a strong word.
I hate some people.
Same.
Same.
But hate is
If I
such
had
a-
to choose one, I would rather you never date again. Because I would
Wow.
hate. I would rather you never date again rather than you get married to somebody I hate.
What if I'm in love?
No, I'd rather you never date again.
It's just gonna be me and you in the old folks' home.
Pretty
Is
much.
what your plan is.
Pretty
The hell?
Pretty much with the cats and the dogs and the birds. And
Oh
we
my
can have a
God.
farm and we can have fresh vegetables in the back.
And
Life's
never date
gr-
again.
Life's great.
You're gonna send me into early menopause.
Okay, so now we're gonna play another fun game. We're gonna play DM Roulette. Okay, so this is how you're gonna play. Obviously, you need your phone. You're gonna open up your DMs, so it could be your DMs on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you get DMs. Randomly scroll, then stop wherever a message lands, and then you gotta read the message out loud.
Okay.
And if you want to respond to that person, you can. You go first.
All right, let's see.
I feel like yours are more juicy.
No, probably. A lot of them are about my feet.
You should have started an OnlyFans for your feet.
I should have, and I'm not above it. I did think about it, but then I was like, I don't want to see people's weird messages or something. Like freaky.
People thought I was crazy, and I was
freaky
banking with that.
messages. Okay. Let's see. Are you going through yours?
No, I'm letting you go through yours first.
Am I going through a few?
Yeah, go through a few.
Am I into Dominican men? Never been there before. You into Dominican men? Can I meet you or will I try to manifest it? Let's see. You will always be my crush. Side boob is crazy. I guess I had side boob going on that day.
Side boob.
Oh, this one's nice. I mean this with the utmost respect. You the baddest on the planet. God
Oh.
bless and thank you for blessing us.
Okay,
That
that's
was
a nice
nice.
one. Let me see his picture. This could be a
Oh,
prospect.
no, it's not.
Oh.
We're going to take note of the nice message.
Oh my God.
Let's see. There was one that was like, I can't believe you had a baby on me. Yeah. Hold on. How do I go out of this? Okay, read yours.
All right, let's see here. This one. All right. Well, that just says good morning, beautiful. I mean, he responds to everything. Let's see. One said, I, mommy.
Yeah. What?
I got a penis in mine.
No, you don't.
I got a penis.
I don't get those a lot, and I'm so happy I don't.
This is why I'm venturing off into the dark side. I never look at these.
No, I don't get those, and I'm happy I don't. There's nothing like someone sending you an unwanted one.
Wait.
Like, if I want it, great. But if
Wait.
I don't want it.
So I had posted, working hard not to be shaped like a honey bun. He said I would eat that honey bun all night, Miss L. Right. Oh my God.
Okay.
Wow, mine's are like super raunch, huh?
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's those sweat glow photos.
Hey,
What do you think?
I'm trying to sell a bodysuit.
All right. Yeah, mine are like, hey lady.
I love you, marry me. You know,
Yeah, stuff like that.
get in line, buddy.
Yeah. After a while, it all looks the same.
Yeah, it's so much. It's so much. I can't even. It is a lot of female, though. I never really realized that. It's
Yeah.
a lot of women. I wonder if they're going in on me or if they're like showing me love.
I don't know, but women, like, they're, the ones that are purchasing your bodysuits. So I love having mostly female followers because guys are,
Okay.
But yeah. So now we're going to play one of your favorite games, Cuff, Curve, or Kick. You submitted the names, and now it's our turn to make some tough decisions. One person gets cuffed, a.k.a. wiped up. One gets curved, let down gently. Or one gets kicked straight to the curb. You ready? You're going to go first.
Am I giving you the names?
I have 3 names for you, and you have 3 names for me.
No, I'm not, because I know you probably picked dumb people.
No, you want to go first? Or you want me to
No,
go?
go ahead, go.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm gonna see how I'm gonna crank it up if I need to.
That's what you did in that argument with us. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Cuff, curve, kick. Michael Ealy.
I'm gonna cuff him.
Yeah, it's the light eyes.
I'm a sucker for some light eyes.
All right, that's your cuff?
I think you should give me
I should give all 3 names,
I
huh?
think all 3.
Okay,
Let me see what I'm working with
here. That
here.
makes more sense. Sorry. Okay, so the 3 names will be Michael Ealy, Carl Crawford,
Oh, God.
Usher.
Why would you put my baby daddy in there? I got a co-parent with this man.
Because our views are lit on that
Oh,
video.
God. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus Christ. It's Usher. Where you get Usher from? Usher, Michael Ealy, or Carl Crawford? Oh, God. Let me see. Cuff, curve, or kick? I'm gonna kick Usher.
Yeah. Kick and curve are kind of similar, no? Yeah.
Oh, this is hard. I'm gonna curve. I'm gonna curve Michael Ealy, and I'll cuff Carl Crawford.
You know what? You guys have kids. You have a child together.
Let's just, let's bring the family back at that point. I'm
right.
thinking about Leo.
You're thinking about Leo.
Yeah, he would love that.
Okay. So
I
Michael
hate
Ealy is off.
No, but
All
Michael
right,
Ealy
fine.
was a close. He was about to get cuffed. Golly, I'm gonna give you your 3 guys, And one of these I switched out since you wanted to add
Oh my God.
Carl in mine, honey. Okay, so your three are Michael B. Jordan. I believe he's single. Tim Hardaway and Matt Kemp.
You're bad.
Those are your three.
You're very bad.
So who are you going to cuff, curve, or kick?
That's a tough lineup. They're all really great prospects of men, I would think. So the curb, I think the curve, not the curb, curve. I think Matt will get the curve.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Matt will get the curve. You know, Tim and I had already like dated, and I know him well. He would be a cuff type, but we already been there, right? So and like we said, we don't really spin the block too often. So I'm gonna slowly curve Tim, and then I think I'm cuffing Michael.
Really?
We're gonna cuff Michael.
Wow.
Yeah. I think Michael would be a cuff. Are you proud? Would you be happy?
Say it again, because his voice.
I said, was that a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think that's good. I think he's an eligible bachelor. I don't know.
good,
Is he? I don't know.
if any
I mean, he
of them
seems
are.
like a nice guy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think they all have great, you know, I'm a sucker for a nice.
Body.
Yeah, I am.
I remember seeing him in Wakanda.
Yeah, same sis.
I remember I was like, wow.
No, yeah, but no, and he looks like he has manners. Manners
does.
go a long way. He looks well put together, like he has manners. So yeah, I think I'm happy with my decision.
All right,
I think I'm
good.
happy
All
with
good.
that.
Tim is a nice guy, but you did
Tim
date
is
him,
great.
so you can't pick him again.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, sorry, Tim.
Yeah.
I
Sorry.
actually liked him too. Tim was a nice guy.
That was a tough one, Mom.
Yeah.
You did that on purpose.
I did. Well, you added Carl to mine.
And you're cuffing Carl. You're spinning the block.
like, coming Carl, I'm thinking about Leo.
I was trying to not spin the block. You're
like, we
spinning
got-
the block.
Yeah, I'm like, we got
But
kids.
you know what? It's okay to spin the block sometimes.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I personally don't spin the block for whatever reason. Like when I'm over you, I'm just over you, you know,
Yeah.
as far as like a relationship, you know?
No, I agree with you.
And my relationships have all been long term, like all of them.
I
Which,
agree.
you know what, honestly, I'd be like, people call me a hoe all the time. And I'm like, I've been in fucking long-term relationships. Give a girl a break. Fuck.
Girls always get cold
Antoine,
hoes.
10 years. He had my fucking, all my 20s. I'm mad. Okay, because what I knew at 31, I knew at 20 fucking 5. That's
Did you
number
make
one.
up for your 20s?
In my 30s? Yes. But then I met Chad. Boom. Straight from that, I'm like with Chad, full-blown relationship.
Yeah.
So we were together, what, almost 5 years. Then I break up with him and then I get with Carl. That's another. Then we have Leo. So it's like my relationships have been like long. That's 20 years there. I've had some sprinkles.
I think it's the sprinkles in between. But
People don't know about the
what do we
sprinkles.
classify as what's a hoe?
I don't know, but people don't know about the sprinkles. They're just basing that off of like Antoine, Chad, and fucking Carl. They were like, "Ooh, 3 associations. She's a hoe." They're 3 guys. Okay, what? Like, what the hell?
But what is a hoe though? Like, who would be classified as a hoe?
You? They call you a hoe. They call
Asking for a friend.
Yeah, but I'm saying they call you one, right? They call me one. Everybody I know in my life
Is a hoe.
Everybody's a hoe, and honestly, I'm like, at this point in my life, I want to be a hoe.
No, hoes have more fun for sure. But like, I feel like, because I do get called a hoe all the time, but I don't know why.
But you
what I'm
were
saying
getting
is-
called a hoe before Jason.
Oh yeah. It's been
They've
a
always
thing.
called
I'm
you
a
a hoe.
gold digging
You-
whore.
Yeah,
But
a gold digger. You are
But I
a
always
build a
wonder.
whore, is what you
oh,
are.
it started with that. I'm a
Yeah.
build a whore, like
Yeah.
you build a bear or something. But what I'm saying is like, I feel that as a woman, if you are single and you're not hurting anybody, and this isn't personal, I'm just saying generally speaking, what is the issue? Like I never understand that.
Yeah, and if you're being safe, obviously, like all those
Obviously
things.
safe. And have
Listen.
respect for yourself. Have respect for yourself and have whoever you're with respect for you as well. But if you are a single woman, I never understood the concept of you automatically being a whore.
Right.
That's my take on it. I don't know.
I've been called a whore a billion times that I'm like, it doesn't hurt my feelings at all. You're a hoe.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I want to be.
Yeah, they have a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I'm like, what do you want? It's
Yeah.
what I'm like. Little do you fucking know, I'm at Home Goods. Okay, I'm at fucking Home Goods every week. What did I tell you the other day? I said, what is the highlight? Listen to this.
She's like, yeah, you know, because I buy a duvet like weekly. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's boring. I don't want to hear that you buy a duvet weekly.
Every week, no bullshit. Every week I go to Home Goods and I buy a new duvet set and I put it on the bed and I like it nice and crisp. I get like a new candle and I watch First 48. It's like my fucking vibe. Like I'm so happy after that. Like I'm like, I look at my bed, I'm like, wow.
Wow.
Blown away.
We went out on Friday to the Kendrick concert. You couldn't wait to get to your bed.
I had slippers in my bag. Remember
did.
that? I
She had
stuffed
house slippers in her purse.
Yeah, I had fun. I had a blast, but I remember thinking, wow. Is this equivalent to being at home? I don't know. It was great. Like it was great, but like
Yeah.
it took me 2 days to get over the fact that I went to bed at 1 in the fucking morning.
And you didn't even drink.
I didn't drink, but I'm like conditioned. I'm a robot. And I accept it and I'm happy with it and I love that I'm that person. I'm so structured with my time.
Yeah.
So anything that's not structured, it doesn't align with me, I'm done. So ask me to go to a concert at 2 p.m.
A day party.
All right.
God.
Well, anyway, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun. I love you.
I love you. Give me a hug.
Oh.
I hear your kid in the background if you hear.
Do this again. I do love you.
Thank you for watching another episode of Drop the Low with my bestie, Shaniece. That was fun.
It was fun. I always have fun with you.
We're going to do this like every other week. We need to get because the Instagram followers involved, like your questions. What do you want to know? We could do beauty. I would love to do beauty because people are always like, what do you put in your hair? What do you use on your skin? So I think the sky is the limit with the different topics that we could discuss. So put your comments below, whatever you want to see us discuss. We will talk about it. We literally pay attention to everything. So let us know. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.